Cocaine intoxication. Angel had.
Wow, first and foremost, I just want to tell you that I love you so much and I'm so sorry. If I get a little emotional sharing this story with you guys, it's just because I really love Melissa. I got to talk to Angel. I just really wanted her to make it. So anyway, I wanted to talk about cocaine intoxication. So it was probably 2005. Me and this guy that I had been dating for about 6 years, who was really abusive to me, we had broken up forever, for good. And I had gone on a bender of just smoking crack and buying cocaine, breaking it down, the crack or the regular cocaine, and shooting it up. And I was at a point where like I was working, but I was like barely making any money because I would call in a lot. So I was at a point where I was going to my dealer's house and like working out trades with him, if you know what I mean. And I was just really destitute and really at a really hardcore bottom at that point in my life. And me and a bunch of friends, well, I say a bunch, my friend Misty, her boyfriend, and a girl named Nicole and her boyfriend were all over at Misty's house. And I had went and got some cocaine from a dealer that I had been getting it from for years. And this cocaine wasn't just like some bullshit ass, cut ass bullshit cocaine. This was fish scales. I mean, this cocaine was top tier. And it was really good. And it was iridescent. It fucking glowed in the sunlight, dude. Like it had like, it looked like the inside of a seashell, only it was cocaine. Okay, you know how the seashell has the iridescence? It was good fucking shit. I'm just telling y'all, I'm just keeping it real. When I tell my stories, I tell it like it is. I'm not trying to fucking trigger nobody. I'm just sharing the truth. Because I didn't have access to syringes, because I could not get clean syringes, I had to work with what I had. And Misty's boyfriend was a retired military medic, and he had these huge barreled syringes with like the long needles that were about as thick as a pencil lead on the end of them. It looks like something you would do like a bam into somebody's muscle with or something, like a real thick ass barrel, or a vet would use it, you know, on a horse or something. When I was cooking up or making up my shot of cocaine, I didn't think about the barrel size or the ratio to water to cocaine, and I just threw like a half a gram of cocaine in this spoon that I had always used. And I pulled it up in that big ass barrel syringe. And at that time I was still early on in my addiction, so my veins were like plump. So I could just stick that little fucking, it wasn't little, that pencil lead thick ass needle in there, like no problem. And I remember pushing it in, and all of a sudden I said, boom, and I fucking collapsed on the ground. And I don't know what happened because everything just shut off. But my friend said my lips were purple and blue. They pulled the syringe out of my arm and they threw ice on me and were slapping me around. And all of a sudden, like I wasn't breathing, I was purple. All of a sudden, from the ground, I just went and took this big old gasp of air in, like, and I started breathing again, my heart. And I looked at everybody and I was like, I want to do it again. That's how euphoric it was. And so this to me makes complete sense. She had been sober for a while. She was in that bathroom by herself. She was probably like, I'm going to do a good one. And it was just too strong for her, and she died from it. Her heart probably gave out, you know. I think about how many times I've been in situations like that where other people have saved me, have woke me up, who were there with me, who didn't let me just die or leave me on the side of the road or leave me, you know, they were like there with me. And so that's why it's so important to never use drugs alone. Anytime you're using, you're always chancing that one chance that you could be, you know, not okay and nobody be there to help you. So I just really wanted to share that story with you. And I'm so grateful for, you know, even though I was doing drugs with these people looked after me. And I told a story time earlier today, you know, just because people use substances doesn't make them bad people. You know, many of the people I was with looked after me. They made sure I was okay. They called the police when I needed ambulances, because back when I was using, there was no Narcan. There was not Narcan. There was the kind that you had to get out of the vial with a syringe. There was none of this poop, poop, poop stuff, okay? And so back then, you would get driven to the ER and thrown out on the side of the, on the concrete in front of the ER, you know, if you overdosed. So, R.I.P. Angel. I just wanted to share this experience and how possible it could happen to anybody. And I'm so sorry that it happened to Angel.